The 72nd Miss World 2025 goes to Thailand, Opal Suchata. I'm so happy for her because she has created history for her country, Thailand, as the first ever Thai woman to win the Blue Miss World crown in the 74 years of the Miss World Festival. She is the 72nd edition Miss World winner held in Telangana, India, and it was a prestigious, spectacular, and a grand production of show. So first of all, a huge congratulations to Thailand because it is a victory moment, and Opal Suchata is definitely a deserving winner. In this video, I'm going to talk briefly about the show, and I'm also going to talk about the question and answer round, both for the top eight and the final four. I am so happy. My heart is pounding as I'm doing this video because it is such a huge thing. As you guys know, I live in Thailand as well, and people around me, everyone is celebrating a historical win. It is a great feeling to have the very first winner of a Grand Slam pageant like a Miss World. First of all, the production was absolutely spectacular. It was really great. I think India is the hub for the Miss World Festival. As we all know, India has so many Miss World winners, and the local Indian people do celebrate this festival. It is not a beauty pageant. Miss World is a festival. I really like the opening round where the introduction, where the contestants were wearing their respective national costumes. It felt like I was watching the opening for the Olympics because all the contestants were wearing their national costumes. And I really like to see a celebration of the beauty of diversity from around the world. So I think the opening round was really spectacular. It was beautiful to see different regions, different continental groups showcasing the beautiful culture and tradition at the prestigious Miss World stage. I think the host did a fantastic job. He was so confident, very brave, and very articulate with his communication skills. He's very good at public speaking skills. So I forgot to say his name, so I'll just put his name down there. But he is really brilliant. I think India did a fantastic job of hosting and also having professional presenters also uplifted the image of the Miss World Festival. We also had former Miss World 2016, Stephanie from Puerto Rico, also hosting. It was nice to see Stephanie. I haven't really seen her since the Puerto Rico hosted the Miss World Festival back in 2019. Former Miss World winners being a part of the Miss World Festival, as last year Megan Young did a spectacular job as the host for the Miss World Festival last year. And yeah, I think it's really nice to see incorporation of the former winners at the Miss World competition. Top 40 was quite difficult because there were a lot of dark horse contestants who made the list. I was really sad. My heart dropped when I was looking at Africa, and South Africa did not make the top 40 or the top 10 in the region. I thought, wow, like what happened? South Africa was a front runner for the crown of the Miss World. I had her in my top 40, and a lot of the other pageant pages had her as number one or the blue Miss World winner. So something happened, maybe her age, maybe because she was only 19, she was one of the youngest contestants. I hope that was not the reason, but it kind of feels like maybe the age definitely was a factor in order for her to not make the top 40 because she had a great beauty with the purpose. She looked beautiful. She was presentable throughout the 1 month activity in India. I thought South Africa stood out. So I was really shocked that South Africa did not even make the top 40. And there were a lot of African countries that I did not even notice made the cut. So what do you guys think? Are you shocked and surprised as me that Zoelis or Miss World South Africa failed to make the top 40? So that is quite a shock. And as we all know, Miss World pageant is quite unpredictable. There are a lot of countries that I had not even noticed made the top 40. So the top 40 from Africa, we had Botswana, Cameroon. Ethiopia was a pleasant surprise, I would say. She's absolutely beautiful. Nice to see new countries making the top 40 and making even further, as we know that Ethiopia made the first runner up, and this is the highest placing for this tiny African country. So it is nice to see that Miss World gives chances to new countries. That is something we don't see often in other beauty pageants like Miss Universe or Miss Grand International, where we see often the same countries repeating a high placement. So Ethiopia winning the Miss World Africa for me was a pleasant surprise, but I'm really happy for her because she once again made a historical mark for her country. Then we have Namibia. I'm really happy Namibia made the top eight. I thought she was absolutely beautiful. I would have actually preferred her to make top 40. Then we have Miss Nigeria. I loved her evening gown. I think Nigeria had one of the best evening gowns in her region. It was so big. It just had a lot of volume. She looked like a queen. So in Nigeria, I'm noticing have a lot of good evening gowns. There are a lot of talented designers in Nigeria. People still have the misconception that Africa still is quite backwards. It's not developed. and there's not much going on, but I'm really happy to see African designers showcasing the talent while incorporating the national designers, also the tradition, the culture into part of the intricate design. So I'm really happy to see Nigeria really stand out because I thought her evening gown was absolutely beautiful. Then we have Somalia. Very happy to see Somalia make the top 40, but also slightly disheartened that she did not make further than just the top 40 as she gave a great head-to-head challenge. So I thought Somalia will make much further than just the top 40. We have Tunisia was a pleasant surprise. I did not really notice Tunisia that much until the final night of the Miss World Beauty pageant. So clearly she did really well. I remember Rafa telling us during the group discussion that he noticed Tunisia. So I should have noticed more of her, but she was beautiful. Then we have Uganda, who was also part of my top four. I think Uganda did really well and she looked absolutely beautiful. Zambia is a doctor. She comes from medical background, so I did have her as part of my top 40. I think I had her in top eight. You can see my prediction on my side. So I think she looked really beautiful. And Zimbabwe looks like a black Barbie. She's absolutely beautiful. Then moving on to the Americas and the Caribbean, a lot of surprises in this region too. First, we have Argentina, who did not even heard when the host was talking and announcing that okay, you made the cut. So Argentina was shocked too to make the top 10 or the top 40 overall, but the top 10 in her region. So Argentina is really smart, definitely a dark horse in the competition. She's a teacher, so I could see why she made the cut. But she was also surprised herself. I noticed it. Brazil, a front runner, absolutely beautiful, not surprised at all. I wish she plays even further. I know she made the top eight, but I thought she was beautiful, and I really am happy to see Brazil really shining in the Miss World Festival. Last year, they were top eight and won the Beauty with a Purpose. So I'm really happy to see Brazil advancing further, and hopefully they will get the blue crown too, because I actually do think that Miss Brazil should be in the top four. Just my personal opinion, because I thought her answer was much stronger than Martinique, who is the next one. So Martinique also made it. A lot of people may not know that Martinique is overseas territory for France, and they also compete at the national competition of the Miss France. So I've noticed this place, this island previously, and I'm happy once again to see small countries or territories getting recognition and notice at the Miss World Festival. My mouth is really dry today because I just woke up. I haven't had my breakfast yet. So the first thing I'm doing at the moment is 8 o'clock is do the video for the Miss World pageant because I'm that much of a beauty pageant fan. Okay, let me just drink some water. Dominican Republic. She's beautiful, really tall, glamazon, beautiful. I would love to see her in other beauty pageant in the future. I think Dominican Republic look really beautiful in an evening gown. Haiti made the next cut. Jamaica, I really liked her head-to-head challenge. I thought she did really well. She spoke from her heart, which is really important, showing a personal story, her struggles that she went through in her family, which is quite sad to hear, but she's there to empower the people. So I'm really happy. Jamaica always makes a cut in the Miss World. Martinique, once again, she was a winner of the top model. So obviously, she automatically made the top 40 and she also made the top eight. Then we have Panama. Panama was a bit of a surprise for me. I did not really notice her that much, but I'm happy that she made the cut. Puerto Rico, she looked like a goddess. Did you guys see the evening gown? The color, it made her look like Ariel from The Little Mermaid. The red hair with that alabaster skin. Like she has this fair complexion that looks really good against the red hair color. And also the evening gown, I think she looks like a princess. She looks so regal. And I would love to see Puerto Rico at Miss International in the future if she wants to carry on forward for Miss Puerto Rico because she just looks like a princess. And I loved her styling. And I would have loved to see her make it to the top eight because I thought a Beauty the Purpose project about autism, brother goes through it too. So I thought she was advocating for such an important topic in her country, Puerto Rico. And I thought Puerto Rico looked like a princess. She just looks so majestic. I love the styling for Puerto Rico. Very happy to see Puerto Rico in top 40. Then we have Trinidad and Tobago. I'll be honest, I was slightly disappointed to see an evening gown. I believe it was a butterfly effect, but the nude illusion just kind of did not look that well. And I think the evening gown was not a right styling choice for Trinidad and Tobago because I have seen her look much better during the other event in India. So I was a bit let down with her styling choice for the evening gown. I think that should not be in the final evening gown. I think there were much better choices for her. And this was not a very Miss World style of evening gown. So I think maybe that kind of deducted some points because I thought she did really well at the head-to-head challenge and the other fast track events. But I was slightly disappointed with the evening gown that she wore. Then we have the United States. She looked like Belle, Beauty and the Beast, and like Hermione Granger. She looked so beautiful. I loved it. I thought this evening gown, I will say, the bottom part or the hem of the evening gown was slightly too long for her because she was holding, I noticed it, she was holding her ball gown. Maybe it was slightly too long. She did not want to trip, but she looked absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning. Moving on to Europe. Europe had a lot of dark horses. Okay, let's go step by step. So we had Belgium. Belgium did really well. She was in the top eight for top model, so not a surprise. Estonia, the winner of the sports challenge, and she was also a finalist at the head-to-head challenge. She looked beautiful. Ireland, oh my God, Ireland looks so stunning. I love this evening gown that Ireland wore. I don't know who the designer is, but you could see next to me that's the evening gown she wore. It looks so pristine, exquisite, absolutely beautiful. I thought Ireland looks like a Miss World just looking at her. And I don't know if she wants to carry on in other beauty pageants, but I would love to see Ireland at Miss Universe. I don't know if she wants to try out further virtues in the future, but I think she is made for even other titles, other crowns, and she looked absolutely beautiful. Ireland for me was one of my sentimental favorites, and I was slightly disheartened that she did not make the top eight in Europe. Italy, so Italy stood out in the introduction video because I remember she did ballet and she placed in the talent round too, showcasing a ballerina background. I thought she was a really smooth dancer, so she looked good. And of course, it's a fashion capital too, alongside France. Oh, talk about France. I was really shocked France did not make the top 40. What do you guys think? I thought this French beauty, she looks like a supermodel. How did she not make the top 40? I was really let down that France did not make the top 40 or the top 10 in the Europe continent. So what do you guys think? Why do you think France did not make the top 40? Because I thought she did pretty well for the head-to-head challenge. She had a very emotional journey. She talked about, she went through quite a lot of like pain, struggle. She had operation when she was young, and she's a nurse. So everything kind of aligned, but I was a bit shocked that she did not make the top 40. I thought France should be at least top 40 a.m. in the morning. Then we have Montenegro. She looked beautiful in the red evening gown. I think she looks like a model. She has a very successful future in the modeling industry. Miss Northern Ireland. So Northern Ireland looks really good, beautiful, ethereal. She looks like a fairy tale character straight out of a book. I thought she looked absolutely beautiful. Poland. Poland is shining. I noticed her evening gown. Okay, I think Poland will surprise all of us and make it much further than I had with the silver crystals and details and see-through fabric, but she looks so beautiful. She looks stunning. I thought she looked amazing, and the styling really worked for her. I did not really like the green, the neon green fabric, the train. I thought it was not necessary because the dress was so beautiful, spectacular that she did not need that extra fabric. Just taking that out, I think the hair up, it just made her look at her face. It was all about her beauty really shining from within. And I think Poland is really understanding the strategy in the Miss World Festival because they recently won the Miss World 2021. So then moving on, we have Miss Serbia. I didn't really notice her too much, but I think she looked beautiful. Then Ukraine, and maybe because of the current affairs that has happened, that could also be part of it. But alongside that, she also looked good. Not my favorite evening gown. I think the green did not really look that great. It was okay, but nothing wow. And Wales, wearing the red evening gown, representing the dragon in the flag of Wales, where you could see a red dragon. I thought she looked absolutely beautiful. She's really humble, very down to earth. And being a nurse in the medical background, she's helping a lot of people. So I'm really happy she made the top 40. Talking about Asia and Oceania, there are so many strong contestants in this region. And I don't know how the judges managed to just reach the top 10 from this region. So first we have Australia. Australia always makes the cut, so it's not even a surprise. She made it. Jasmine, I think she's absolutely beautiful. I really like her, just the beachy, just surfer girl vibe that she has. Also, her the country girl, the cowboy outfit that she wore during the introduction. I really noticed it. It was really cute. She has a good character, good personality. India, of course, the host country. It's given she'll make it, but alongside that, she also won the top model. And I really liked the evening gown. I will say her styling was a bit not that great because I didn't really like the hairstyle. I thought the hairstyle was very different. Even though the evening gown was absolutely stunning, it was impeccably made. I love the beads, the detail. It was just one of the best evening gowns I've seen in Miss World this year. But I think the hair should be different, maybe hair up, a slick back. It needed to be different because the hair kind of covered up the details of the evening gown. I think Nandini looked absolutely impeccable, but the styling needed to be a bit more polished and presentable. So the hair should be different, but she looked good regardless. Indonesia, I think she looked beautiful in the purple. It was almost like a lavender evening gown. I will say it was not a winning gown. Even though she did win Beauty with a Purpose, I was really happy Indonesia won the heart and the soul of the Miss World Festival, Beauty with a Purpose. And she also won talent. After seeing the evening gown, I was not so sure. I was a bit unsure because that was not a winning evening gown. She had great background performance, but sometimes the gown also affects your chances of winning the blue crown. And that for me was not a Miss World evening gown. It just felt just too safe. She wore much better gowns during the pre-activities. I remember during the Beauty of the Purpose gala, she had a spectacular evening gown that she wore. I thought it needs to be elegant like this, represents the blue crown, and also showcase a little bit about who you are as a person. So for me, this lavender gown did not say much about Miss Indonesia. She has done such a great job so far. So I was really let down with her styling. The hairstyle was also kind of messy. It did not look polished. So it was not as presentable as I would have loved to see. So even though she did really well during the fast glance pre-activities, I was let down with the styling on the finals. Then we have Miss Lebanon, very pleasant surprise. I love the evening gown she wore. She looked like a queen. We know that Lebanon is loved by the Miss World organization because the last year they were the first runner-up. So yeah, Lebanon, really good, looked beautiful. I wish I noticed her more, but I think she looked beautiful regardless. Malaysia, truly Asia. I think she looks so stunning. It had like a foil effect on the evening gown. I don't know what to call it exactly, but it looks so good on the stage. It had a really glowing effect. It was shining on the stage. I think Malaysia was a dark horse in the competition. I'm really happy that Malaysia was shining today, and I thought she looked absolutely beautiful. New Zealand, well, she won the best world fashion designer, and which I had some concerns about that. But anyway, she made it. Then we have Philippines. I thought Philippines looked so beautiful. She was glowing on that stage. I love that evening gown. White is a tricky color. Well, some people might even say it's not a color, but I'm just gonna say it's a color. Okay. White is a tricky color to wear on the stage because there's some detail that is missing. There's some, let's say people did not iron it properly, so there's some crease. It was showcased on the stage, but everything was so refined, sophisticated, it was so elegant, and I loved how she carried herself on the stage. I thought she looked beautiful, absolutely remarkable. So I love the evening gown that she wore. Then, of course, Thailand. So one fun fact about Miss Thailand's evening gown, it is by JL Garlett, who is a huge, big, successful Thai fashion designer in Bangkok. He also made the winning evening gown of Christiana Pelaskova from last year's Miss World. So yes, it's a back-to-back win for Thailand in the evening gown section too. So huge congratulations to JL Garlett if you watch this evening gown. I loved it. Once again, I don't really like fully covered evening gown usually, but if it's done well, I like it. I like that detail of the shoulders being slightly higher. There was a bit of volume in the shoulder. Silver color looked beautiful on the stage. Hands, I thought it looked so beautiful. It had that dramatic effect that looks good on stage. So you have to remember, as a designer or anyone who is styling beauty queens for Miss World, you need to remember the stage impact. Is this evening gown going to look good on stage? Because stage light is very different from a normal light in photo shoots or just normal sunlight outside. Usually I don't like hair up, but in Opal, it looked good. It reminded me of the 90s Miss World, especially the Indian Miss Worlds who won the blue crown. I don't know if it was inspired by Aishwarya Rai, but it kind of looks like Aishwarya Rai with the hair up. I would say she looked beautiful. And she stood out in Asia and the Oceania region because she was the only one with the hair up. Well, I think she and Nepal had hair up, but yeah, she looked good regardless. She stood out in Asia. And I think this was a wow factor. So once again, evening gown matters in order to win the blue crown. And this is how you make a great impression. I thought when I saw this gown of Thailand, I thought, wow, you know what? I actually think she might win. And she won. Then we have Turkey. I think Turkey looks beautiful. It was not my favorite evening gown. I think the styling was a bit too, like, she was playing it too safe. I think Turkey has a lot of incredible fashion designers. They're very talented, very creative. So it was a bit let down. I think it was just too safe. We have Vietnam. I love this evening gown. Vietnamese designers are one of my favorite. They know what to do, how to style, and make the dress look perfect on the embodiment of the bodies of the contestants to really enhance their beauty. So for me, Vietnam had one of the best evening gowns. I thought she looked so brilliant, exquisite, absolutely beautiful. It really enhanced her beauty. And for me, I think Vietnam has one of the most beautiful face. She looks ethereal, like a princess, very queenly, and I'm really happy she made the top 40. I wish she made much further than top 40 because I really thought Vietnam will be at least in the top 8. I really like the performance aspect. So I don't really know much about Bollywood too much. I don't watch Bollywood movies, but the performance wise, I thought they would a lot of energy, there was a lot of fire, it was really entertaining, and the stage was really beautiful. I didn't talk about the stage, but the stage was absolutely fantastic. It was so huge. And I think maybe it was part of the Indian culture showcasing because we know that Indian weddings are absolutely huge. That showed on the stage for the Miss World Festival too. When I saw Mr. Vietnam, or the first runner up of Mr. World, sharing a sneak peek of the stage, I knew immediately it's going to be brilliant. And I loved it. I think Telangana is a brilliant host city, host state for the Miss World Festival. And I would love to see them come back. If Madam Julia wants to return Miss World Festival in India, if Telangana or any other state wants to do it, I'm more than happy. So the first one in the top 20 is Argentina. Once again, a huge surprise. She was like so shocked to make the top 20. I thought she looked beautiful. Brazil, not a surprise. Martinique, not really a surprise. She made the top model. Puerto Rico, beautiful, and the United States. So I was really happy with the Americas and the Caribbean. Then moving on to Africa, Cameroon. Fun fact, Miss Cameroon made the Miss Universe. I don't know if she placed Miss Universe. She was Miss Universe Cameroon previously. Then Ethiopia, I think she did place. Did she place? Let me know in the comments. I think she did place. Ethiopia, I'm really happy to see new countries making the cut in the Miss Universe competition. Namibia, she looks so beautiful, ethereal. Then Nigeria, once again, I love the evening gown. I think Nigeria just knows how to make beautiful gowns. Absolutely love it. Tunisia, a little bit of a surprise. Okay, she was the only surprise, I would say, in the top 20 from Africa. Then we have Miss Europe. So 5 from the Europe. First, Ireland. Yes, I've said it from the start. One of my sentimental favorites from the Europe. So very happy. Italy, well, she did really well, so not that surprised. Poland, she looked like a Miss World in her evening gown, really happy. Ukraine, she was my surprise. I'll be honest. I did not have Ukraine in my list, so she was a surprise in the top 20. And Wales, she was part of my top 8, so absolutely beautiful. And Asian Oceania. So I thought Australia, not really a surprise. Australia always makes the cut. So top 5 for Asian Oceania. India, absolutely beautiful. Love the evening gown. Not much the hairstyle, but the evening gown was beautiful. Lebanon was a pleasant surprise. Okay. I thought Vietnam, I would have actually given the spot to Vietnam, if I have to be completely honest, because I thought Vietnam looked beautiful and she did really well as well. So bit of a surprise. Philippines and Thailand. So I was really shocked. Indonesia did not make the top 20 despite winning the Beauty of the Purpose and Talent. So that shows that fast track events may not mean as much to determine the top 20 or even the Miss World because Thailand won 2. So well, she won 1. She won multimedia. Opal won multimedia, and she placed top 2 in the head-to-head challenge. So maybe the fast track events are not as important as we really thought it was. So okay, now move on to the top 8. So we have the continental top 2: Brazil, Martinique. Martinique, I was a little bit of a surprise. I didn't really expect her to make it. I thought Puerto Rico will be in the top 2 from the Americas, and Brazil will be there. So yeah, Brazil expected, Martinique a bit of a surprise. And also, I was not a big fan of the gowns. I'm talking about the evening gown. I like Brazil's gown because it had a beautiful gradient effect, like a lot of beautiful hues and saturation of blues. It matched the crown. But Martinique's gown, I just thought it was kind of messy. I didn't understand the gown. She's a beautiful girl, but the dress just did not do anything for her. It didn't do her any favors. Anyway, going to Africa, I think Ethiopia looked absolutely beautiful. She looked stunning in the silver dress that she wore. Absolutely stunning. Really happy for her. Namibia, once again, really happy to see Namibia do much better. It was a great redemption for her from going from unplacement at Miss Universe to getting top 8 at the Miss World Beauty pageant. Very happy for both of the ladies. Europe, Poland, I said it before too, I'll say it again. The gown was absolutely spectacular. It was absolutely stunning, and she looked gorgeous. Ukraine, a bit of a surprise. I would have preferred Wales or Ireland. Ireland, why did Ireland not make the top 8? I thought Ireland will be there. I would have loved to see Ireland in top 8. Then Asian Oceania, Philippines looked so beautiful. I really am happy for Krishnan. I think, she did not really do well at the fast track events. I think she placed for sports and talent, but that's about it. So because I did think she would place in the top model, which she did not. With Opal, I thought both of these ladies will place in top model, but I'm really happy that they both made the top eight. And of course, Opal Suchata, our beautiful Miss World, look absolutely stunning. Let's talk about the top eight question and answer rounds. So they had two rounds of Q&A. Let's talk about the top eight fast. I thought Miss Philippines spoke really well. She was quite gentle, but also confident in who she is. Beautifully spoken. I thought she just gave her delivery was beautiful. It was articulate. I thought it was just absolutely elegant. And she has so much gratitude and empathy. So I'm happy that Krishnan got the Miss World Asia, as she says in the answer. If she wins the Miss World Asia, she would just be a great ambassador, global ambassador for peace throughout the continental of Asia and Oceania. So I thought she did really well. She was the only one who talked about her social project. I think that gave her a nudge. It was reciting a poem, and it felt so beautifully said. It was really well done. And I really like that she is a metaphor, obviously, but she talked about how the world is a garden. Water the plants, and it grows into a long lasting garden of sustainability that helps us in order to be humans that we live in this beautiful garden. I thought it was really beautifully said. And I really like the last line that she said, that she wants to be a hope and a light of hope and a strength for the people through her legacy of Opal for her. It is so true. Even right now, when I'm doing this video, there are a lot of people, if you go to Instagram or any of the social media platforms, a lot of the pages are spreading misinformation, which are false information. It is not accurate. They haven't done fact checks. So I think it is really important. We, as viewers, people who are always looking at social media to get our news platform or news outlet, we have to be very importantly critical and think about the news, process it, then also have a dialogue whether it's true or not. Very good at public speaking skills. I think it was really good. I think Miss Ethiopia gave one of the best answers out of the top four. It was between Thailand and Ethiopia in order in terms of the answers they gave. I think it was really beautifully said. Her delivery was really confident. I liked it. I thought she did really well. And once again, huge congratulations for a small country like Ethiopia to make it so far and be the runner-up at the Miss World Festival. I think it was an outstanding answer. The content was absolutely beautiful, but I would say her delivery was a bit shaky. I think it's the nerves that got the best of her because her voice was really like, oh, I think that it was a bit emotional. So, despite the good content, I think the delivery was not as good as I would have loved it to see it because she was really confident on the stage during the other rounds. And for the top eight, I think she was much better than the top four question and answer round. It was really touching because she shared a personal journey of going through breast cancer and helping other people, whether the people are a lot older, it could be our parents, grandparents, or young people that look us as inspiration, giving a helping hand to those people in need, whether it's a small action of helping them cross the road or just helping them with doing their homework. Something, a small act of kindness makes a long way. And I can also share my own personal experience. My family beautifully said. It was really touching. And I really liked that it was inspirational and motivational to a lot of people out there. So I think Opal deserved to win. So, okay, let's go to the final crowning moment. Let's announce the results in reverse order. To this year, we're holding hands. It felt like Miss Universe when the final crowning moment happens in Miss Universe. They always hold hands, the top two finalists. Then the 72nd Festival Miss World 2025 goes to, my heart was pumping so hard, Thailand. I was so happy Opal Suchata won the crown. A huge congratulations to Opal Suchata for winning the 72nd edition of the Miss World Festival. She has created history as the first ever Thai woman to win the blue Miss World crown in the 74 years of the Miss World beauty pageant. I'm so happy for Opal because through her Opal for Her social project, through her Beauty with a Purpose initiative, she has helped provide free health checkup for Thai women suffering from breast cancer. As someone who has also gone through breast cancer at the young, tender age of 16 years old, she has went through the pain, the depression of struggling to go through the operation, through the help and the emotional support of the family. She's not only the Miss World for Thai people, she's a Miss World for all those people out there who may have faced rejection because she went from being a third runner-up of Miss Universe finalist to becoming dethroned and facing a lot of backlash from people then to become the blue Miss World winner. So I'm really happy for her because it's redirected to better and bigger beauty pageants. And I'm really happy that Miss World has given her the opportunity to really shine. And I'm really happy for her. I'll be going to homecoming. I mean, hey, I live in Thailand, so obviously I'll be going to homecoming. Will you be coming, guys? If you are Thai viewers watching this, will be going because I know it's going to be huge. It's going to be massive because her homecoming for Miss Universe was incredibly grand. It was really big, and I'm so happy for Opal. I'm happy for all the contestants actually. I'm slightly sad for South Africa, but South Africa and France, but I'm really happy for the rest of the girls. And yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section what do you think? Do you think Opal deserved the win? And I'm really happy that now Thailand has two Miss Universe, one Miss World, one Supranational, one International. Now that Opal has won the very first blue Miss World crown for Thailand, will Thailand win the third Miss Universe crown with Veena Pravina Singh this year? What do you think? Do you think it's possible? Let me know in the comment section if Thailand will win, similar to India did in the 1994 with Aishwarya and Sushmita Sen as the Miss World and Miss Universe. I have a good feeling about this. Let's make this happen. So if Miss Universe Thailand is watching this or anyone who's watching it, let's crown Veena fast and then we can have her as Miss Universe. What do you guys think? I think it's possible. Thailand is becoming a rising powerhouse in beauty pageant industry. They have two Miss Universe. Of course, Bui Simone, Apsara Honsko, 1965, 1988. Then the first Blue Crown this year in 2025, Antonia Postal, Miss International 2019. Then we have the Miss International 2019. Yes, Bint as well, same year. So, what do you guys think? So, huge congratulations to Thailand for winning the 72nd Miss World crown. My voice is going to go. I'm really hungry. So yeah, I'm going to end this video. Very happy about it. So, I'm also doing another video, a group discussion with Critical Beauty tomorrow. So, if you want to watch it, it will be up at 8 a.m. Bangkok time if you're watching from Thailand. I think you can see, I'll put the poster so you can see the time frame, but I'll be doing that too. But this was my overall analysis and my commentary on the Miss World Festival. Absolutely happy, deserving winner. The overall show was brilliant. It was really smooth. It didn't feel rushed. It didn't feel too boring. It was just the right amount of the pacing was absolutely brilliant. And the production was great. India did a great job as host. And overall, it was a brilliant show. So if you like my commentary, it's quite long. It was an hour long. So I'll try to edit a little bit off, but I'm going to keep it the way it is because it's quite long. So if you enjoyed it, please let me know in the comment section. What do you think of the 72nd Miss World Festival? If you enjoyed my commentary, like, comment, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel to see more videos like this. And see you guys tomorrow at the Critical Beauty panelist group discussion for the Miss World Festival. So see you guys once again. And a huge congratulations to Opal Suchata. My heart is for you. I know that there was some drama regarding the Miss Universe, but you know what? It doesn't matter. You won the blue crown. That's the most important thing. And I'm here to support you. I've supported Opal since Miss Universe Thailand, and you know that I'm here to support you during your reign as a Miss World. The most important thing is to unite everyone. Unite. Pageantry is all about uniting everyone, regardless of your differences, coming together because unity is the most important thing. And Opal is the unity we need, especially in Thailand, because there's still a lot of division between different pageantry. But I'm happy that she's here to unite every pageant fans out there. Saying that, thanks so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys soon in my next video. So goodbye.